What's up, guys, and welcome to the Irate Playhouse, and this is Kris with another review, and this review is Captain America Civil War. This is one of the most hyped movies of the year, and for good reason, because the Russo Brothers proved that they could definitely do a great superhero movie with the Winter Soldier, and now they're at it again with Civil War. Let's start with the story. The story of this movie is that the government wants to take control of the Avengers by telling them when they can act and when they cannot act. And Captain America isn't really happy about that. Captain America believes that the Avengers were brought together to be able to help people and act when they saw that no one else could. Iron Man, on the other hand, believes that they should be put in check. After all, there have been a lot of casualties during each battle. We have the battle in New York, the battle in Sokovia. We have all the other events that have happened in Washington, D.C. and Winter Soldier. There were a lot of innocent casualties, and the government took notice of that. And they don't like that. They really want to make sure that the Avengers do not hurt any more innocent people. And the great thing about this film is that the Russo brothers were able to portray each side of the coin perfectly. It was really good because the entire film you're sitting there looking at Captain America going, I understand why you're doing that, and I understand why you believe so harshly about this. And then whenever you hear Iron Man's side, you also end up sitting there going, but Iron Man has good points here too. Iron Man makes a lot of good points, and you don't know which side to choose, because in the end of the day, both sides are right. There really is no right or wrong answer to this whole situation. So the Russo brothers did a great job of portraying that, so that you're not just sitting there constantly going, hey, I agree with this guy the most. I agree with him. He is right. He is 100% right. They didn't want that. They wanted you to go in there and really think about it. Really think about why each character is doing what he's doing. And also that one side is not 100% correct. But anyway, moving on from that, I gotta say the action scenes in this movie were done really, really well. Every time an action scene happened, it was incredible. There wasn't shaky cam, it wasn't hard to see. It was all very cohesive. You could see what was going on. You saw the hits going down. It was completely awesome. And the relationship between Bucky and Captain America in this film was done beautifully. You can see why Captain America wanted to help Winter Soldier in this movie, because a lot of things have happened to him, as we know from the events of Winter Soldier. We know that he was brainwashed and he's suffering a lot. Events happen in this movie, and Bucky needs help. Bucky needs to get out of here, and they just need to keep him safe. Not going to go into spoilers, but something big goes down. And that relationship was done great. You really do feel the connection between Bucky and Captain America. But let's move on to the big guys of this movie, and the two biggest people in this film that everybody was excited about. Number one, Black Panther. This was his first movie debut, and man oh man did they do him great. Black Panther was kick-ass. You understood why he was donning the suit in the first place, and you get to see all of his greatest powers come out. You see his speed, you see the type of strength he has, you see his fighting style. We saw in the trailer, we saw him and Winter Soldier duking it out for a little bit. That scene was done great. You understand why Black Panther is doing what he's doing. You understand why he got thrown in to this war. Again, spoiler free. There are some events that happen to make him come into this, and the way they explain it was really, really well done. He was awesome. If you are a Black Panther fan, you're going to love his character in this movie. And if you've never read a Black Panther comic book, I think you'll still like this character, because the way they portray him was absolutely amazing. You guys are going to love Black Panther. Props to the character. Then, let's go to the one that I've been waiting for, and that was SpiderMan. SpiderMan in this movie was done perfectly. I can't really go into too much detail about him, because that'll be spoiler territory, but I will tell you the basics. He was a great actor. Tom Holland portrayed him great. It was amazing. I loved his portrayal of him. And the way they introduced him was so fluid. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like, yeah, here's Spider-Man now. We're just going to throw him in there. No, it was fluid, and it fit with the story perfectly. The only gripe I have really with Spider-Man in this movie was that I wish he was in it a little bit longer. I'm not angry that what they did with him, but I do wish that he was in there a little bit longer because he did have a big role in the comic book. But I understand that they are doing their own thing, and it doesn't hurt the movie. But it's just a little thing on my part that I just wish that he was in there a little bit longer. It would have been a little bit nicer. And another thing you would think is that in a movie this big, with this big of a cast, you would think that there would be characters that don't get enough screen time, that you don't understand enough because they weren't on screen enough. And believe it or not, other than Spider-Man, everyone else had quite enough screen time. It was perfect because we've already had multiple movies with these guys. So we understand their personalities. We understand where they're coming from. We understand why they would side with this person. We understand all of that. So whenever they get screen time, it felt perfect because we already had these characters fleshed out through an amazing universe that Marvel has built. And the ending of this movie was also done really good. It was very satisfactory. It was very, very well done. This movie couldn't have done too much better. Like I said, really the only gripe I had with this movie was that Spider-Man should have been in it a little bit longer. But overall, the fighting scenes were great. The connection between Captain America and Winter Soldier was done in detail and even better than before. And you understand both sides of the Civil War. You understand Cap's side, and you also understand Iron Man's side. This is the way you do a Civil War movie. I'm a fan of the comic. I really am. I think it's a great comic, and some people are going to ask me, hey, is the comic better or is the movie better? And in my opinion, I believe that the Civil War comic and the movie are two completely different things, but you will not be disappointed by Captain America Civil War. Captain America Civil War, from me, gets an A+, everybody. Go out and see this movie. You will not be sad after you come out of this theater. You will be happy. You'll be like, yo, that was a great, great movie. And I will tell you guys, there are 2 after-credit scenes, so watch the first one, then watch the second one. And thank you for watching. Have a great day. Captain America Civil War gets an A+. Thank you for watching.